Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope your stock portfolios are doing great, because today we have a big update to go over on Churchill Capital, stock ticker symbol CCIV, and their potential merger with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is a luxury electric vehicle maker, and they're planning to have their first electric vehicle produced and delivered later in 2021. We've been hearing a lot of rumors and talks from both sides, both from Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors, about this potential merger. And just yesterday, we had new reports come out on CEO Pete Rawlinson of Lucid Motors and what he had to say about the company and their plan for 2021. And in addition to all this, the CEO Pete Rawlinson also came out and he spoke about Project Gravity, which is going to be their first ever SUV model. Big updates on this, and I think this could be absolutely huge for Lucid Motors and their stock moving forward. So I'm going to go over everything he had to say about the company, if he mentioned the merger at all, and what is going on there. And if you enjoy this sort of content, well then please be sure to like the video down below, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video, and comment down below your thoughts on Lucid Motors and their potential merger with CCIV. Are you invested in the company, and where do you see the stock price going in the future? For those of you who are new here, my name is Michael. I'm an investor and entrepreneur. Last year alone, our public investing account on Patreon, which is currently sitting around $610,000, was up over 105%. So if you'd like to stay up to date on investments I'm making in real time, when I buy a stock, when I sell a stock, if you want exclusive content that I don't share on YouTube, and if you want access to our Discord, where I talk about companies that are IPOing and other investments that I don't talk about on YouTube, well then make sure to join our group using the link down below. We have a great time over there. So anyways, Lucid Motors recently came out and they had a report from their CEO, Pete Rawlinson, and they said that they expect to have a breakthrough year. Lucid Motors CEO, Pete Rawlinson, posted an update about the electric vehicle company's plan for 2021, and I'm going to go over a couple of important pieces of information he had to say. So Lucid Motors, before we get into that, is an electric vehicle startup focused specifically on the high-end, the luxury EV space. They're not really directly competing with Tesla, because Tesla is trying to make an electric vehicle available for everyone. Elon Musk has previously said how the only way he sees it making a difference, Tesla making a difference in the world, is if they can at least transfer over 20 million electric vehicles a year and have people buying more electric vehicles, because otherwise there's still millions of carbon emission vehicles, like combustion engine vehicles, being sold every year. So he says they need to be able to make vehicles that could be sold to everyone and that many people can actually afford. So anyways, the CEO of Lucid Motors came out and he said that, make no mistake, 2021 will be a critical time for the EV industry as a whole, and he said they expect climate change to be a key focus of the new American administration, much like other places in the world. He goes on to say that electrification is a technology race, and although there are a lot of options, a lot of different manufacturers, he thinks that Lucid Motors and their devotion to luxury vehicles, high-quality vehicles, is going to help set them apart and above all of their competition. What I think about this is, right now, electric vehicles, they had a massive year in the stock market in 2020. A lot of these companies like NIO, XPeng, Li Auto, Tesla, they had record-breaking years. And 2021, they're going to have to start proving themselves. So with the Joe Biden administration, I think there's going to be a lot of money passed for sustainable energy and infrastructure with his new plans and new proposals. Nothing has been passed yet, but he said that he would be passing this money for sustainable energy, electric vehicles, charging stations, and infrastructure. And once this passes, this is definitely going to help out all sustainable energy stocks, from Hannon Armstrong, which I've spoken about in previous videos, Enphase Energy, Star Peak Acquisitions and their merger with STEM, which I've also been talking about a lot. I think all of these companies are going to benefit, as well as electric vehicle makers and luxury or bus makers. It doesn't matter. As long as they're electric vehicle and sustainable energy in general, they're going to benefit from all of these plans. I think that'll definitely help out Lucid Motors in 2021. He goes on to explain how in just a few short months, the Lucid Air will be in production. And for those who aren't familiar, the Lucid Air is a $69,900 vehicle. It is their base model, their least expensive model, which is why I say they are competing more of the luxury end. They're not really directly competing with Tesla because their base model is very expensive. It's nearly $70,000. Most people are not going to be able to afford that. He explained how the first product they've been working on for years, and they expect it to do very well. They've already had a lot of pre-orders for their vehicles, and they expect to get the first vehicles out in late 2021. One important thing to keep an eye out for here is that he didn't specifically talk about the merger. He didn't mention anything about a merger, even though we've been hearing a lot of rumors about it. However, in addition to this, we have had a lot of good news recently about Lucid Motors and CCIV and the potential merger. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence that they will be merging. However, the CEO of Lucid Motors did not mention anything about it in this recent update, and the CEO of Churchill Capital also did not specifically say anything about the merger as well in his recent talks. The CEO of Churchill Capital did explain, however, how they are looking to do a deal in 2021, and they are currently in talks, but nothing is official yet. There's a couple of key people who are on the board of Lucid Motors and also work with Churchill Capital, which signals to investors that the deal is very promising and it could go through. But you have to remember the risk of investing in Churchill Capital right now is that nothing is finalized until the papers are signed, so there is no way to 100% know. That being said, though, Pete Rawlinson had a lot of important updates about the company, and a lot of things look very promising for Lucid Motors into 2021. He explained how currently they have 5 studio locations, and they expect to have 20 by the end of the year, including international expansion. And in addition to this, he also explained how they're currently working on Project Gravity, which is their SUV model, and this will be their first SUV, and that would bring them into an entirely new market altogether, because right now they have no other types of vehicles other than the Lucid Air, Lucid Dream, and those are all just sedans. Now they're going to be trying to get into the SUV market as well. So anyways, there was no mention of the merger with Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors in these recent remarks by the CEO, Pete Rawlinson. However, we do have a lot of evidence that the deal will go through. You just have to make sure that you are aware nothing has been finalized yet, and just because news is coming out on Lucid Motors doesn't 100% mean it's going to benefit Churchill Capital, because we don't know if it's going to be finalized. Things could always fall through last minute, and nothing is for sure until it is signed. So just be aware of that, but there is a lot of good news for Lucid Motors between their new project and their new SUV that they're working on, building out 15 new Lucid studio locations and service centers across the country, and also how they're planning to get their first models, the Lucid Air, out to customers by the end of 2021. So there is a lot of good news there, but just be careful, be aware, and keep your eyes open on any merger talks that are happening. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on Lucid Motors and their potential merger with CCIV, Churchill Capital. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Also, let me know what you think about their Project Gravity and their new SUV model that they're going to be working on. I think this could be a game changer for the company, especially in the luxury market. SUV sales have been increasing dramatically over the last couple of years. Many automakers have been adding SUVs to their lineups, and because of this. So let me know your thoughts, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600, when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.